Have you ever told a lie so big that even after you believed it yourself, you were terrified when no one called you out on it? I grew up in a small town where everyone knew everyone else's business, with the kind of peace where if someone left their front door unlocked, they wouldn't have to worry about anyone coming in and stealing their stuff. That all changed when my parents bought me a Tesla. It was a weird choice for our family. My dad works at the water treatment plant, and my mom cleans houses for extra cash. But somehow they scraped enough together to buy me a car while I was in high school. Not just any car, mind you, but the most expensive, fastest car money could buy. I remember the first time I drove it. Felt like I was on top of the world, invincible, like nothing could hurt me. That feeling only lasted until I got into an accident. After that, my parents made me get rid of it. They didn't want me driving anything with more than 2 wheels on it ever again. I ended up getting a job at the local diner, so I could afford to buy a motorcycle. I saved up for months, finally got what I wanted, and started riding. The funny thing is, I never actually enjoyed driving the motorcycle. It was loud, uncomfortable, and the seat was tiny. But what I loved was the feeling of power, of being able to go anywhere I wanted whenever I wanted. One day I was riding home from work and I saw this abandoned house on the outskirts of town. There was a sign out front that said the property was for sale, but there wasn't much to sell. The roof had caved in, and the walls were covered in graffiti. For some reason, I felt compelled to go inside. As I walked through the dilapidated rooms, I came across this old TV in what used to be the living room. I turned it on, and it was working. That's when I saw them. 3 children were sitting on the floor staring directly at me. I was frozen in place as they began to speak. Their voices sounded like they were coming from inside my head. "You shouldn't be here," one of them said. "This place is cursed," said another. "You're gonna die," whispered the third. Then everything went black. I ran outside and jumped on my bike. I didn't look back. For weeks after that, I couldn't shake the feeling that something bad was going to happen to me. I started having nightmares about those kids, but I never told anyone about it. What was I supposed to say? "Hey Mom, can you come look at this abandoned house I found? I think some creepy kids might live in the walls, and they can possess electrical appliances to try. Scare me off." No one would have taken me seriously. And to be honest, I didn't really believe it myself. I figured it was just my imagination running wild. But then strange things started happening. The motorcycle started breaking down all the time. I'd come out to find that the gas cap had been removed and someone had put dirt in my gas tank. Other times, I'd find that the battery had been disconnected or that the air filter had been soaked in gasoline. Each time I fixed it, it broke down again. I was convinced that someone was messing with me, but when I asked around, nobody had seen anything. So I did what anyone else would do. I installed a security camera. That's when I saw him, the boy who lived in the abandoned house next door. He was riding his dirt bike over to my place every night and messing with my bike. One night I caught up with him. "Why are you doing this?" I yelled as he took off. "Tell me now," I shouted, but he kept riding. I chased him all the way back to his house and confronted him. "I'm warning you, stay away from my things," I said. "You don't know who you're messing with?" He didn't respond. He just kept staring at me. And that's when I realized that he wasn't just some random kid. He was one of the 3 boys from the TV. Was this some kind of sick joke to them? Were they trying to mess with me? I needed answers. The following weekend, I brought a bulldozer to that abandoned house. I was going to tear it down and get to the bottom of this once and for all. As I made my way through the rubble, I could feel their eyes boring into me, their presence like a physical weight pressing down on me. Suddenly, I heard a voice inside my head. "Leave now," it said. "It's too late for you." I stopped. Is this real, or was I just imagining things? Then I saw it. A trapdoor hidden under years of debris. Curiosity got the better of me, and I pried it open. There were stairs leading down into darkness. I felt a pull, a sense of urgency that I couldn't explain. Something important was down there. What was it? I hesitated for only a moment before I climbed down. At the bottom, I found an old metal box. Inside was a single sheet of paper. On it was a handwritten note. "Don't trust the boy who cries wolf," it read. I reread the message, confused. What did it mean? Had I missed something? Then I remembered. I'd heard this story as a kid. It was an old fable about a shepherd boy who lied about a wolf attacking his sheep just to see people run to his aid. But each time he cried wolf, the townspeople came and went away again, laughing at his foolishness. But when a wolf actually attacked his sheep, the boy cried out, but nobody came to help. I realized that I'd been tricked. I rushed back up the stairs and out of the house, but the bulldozer was gone. Someone had stolen it and driven it back to my place. I raced over, and sure enough, there it was, completely destroyed. The engine was crushed, the tires slashed, the body torn apart. I sank to my knees in defeat. I felt betrayed by myself, by the people I trusted, and most of all, by the boy who had manipulated me. I never saw him again, but I still hear his voice sometimes. It reminds me that the boy who cried wolf isn't always the boy who tells the lies. Sometimes it's the one who believes them. As I got older, I learned that life doesn't always have neat little lessons at the end of it. Sometimes it just hurts. My parents never let me live that one down. Every time I'd leave the house, they'd remind me to be careful, to not cause trouble. But how could I have known that trouble would find me? I never asked for that bulldozer or the problems it brought me. But then I remembered what my mama always used to tell me. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Those words echoed in my head. Were they true? Did they apply to my situation? No, words can hurt too. They can cut deeper than any knife. Sometimes they can be just as deadly as a wolf attack. So who was really behind all this? Why did they want me to suffer, and what was the meaning of that note? The boy who cried wolf. It's a story we've all heard, a tale as old as time, about a shepherd boy who hoaxes his fellow villagers. But what if there's more to the story? What if the boy who cried wolf is just a pawn in a bigger game, a scapegoat for the sins of the father? You see, the father of the shepherd boy has been cheating on his wife for years, living a double life as a wealthy landowner. His mistress has borne him a son, a secret that threatens to shatter his world. When the shepherd boy accidentally stumbles upon his father's infidelity, he becomes a witness to a dark family secret. In fear that his father will silence him forever, the boy cries wolf, hoping for help that will never come. But as the villagers ignore his pleas, his father's deception is exposed, bringing his world crashing down around him. The boy who cried wolf, a story about a boy who cries wolf, a story about a father's deceit and the innocent son caught in his web, a story about the dangers of ignoring the truth. Don't forget to share your thoughts below. What did you think of the story? And if you liked the video, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of our future stories. Thank you for watching. Till next time.